Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Waifuware, the show where we take a look at all those cheap games on Steam trying to bait you into spending your hard-earned dollar at the promise of some digital ass and titty. On today's episode, Girl X Mushrooms. Developed and published by Shabby, this game will run you $3.99 USD or $4.65 if you are a Canuck like me. Sporting positive reviews, we're gonna see if this game earns its aggregate. I beat this game start to finish and this is what I experienced. First things first, we set the graphics options to very height and launch the game. The Steam page recommends mouse and keyboard, so we're going to give that a go. There is multiple language options as well as multiple difficulties. Now, I'm not that hardcore, so I'm just gonna put this on difficult. The game starts and there's some kind of narrative going on here. It's vague to say the least. I don't really know what to make of it. Some girl is wandering around trying to outrun something? I don't know. She's trying to outrun her past? The Steam store doesn't fill us in this time either. Here it says, Girl X Mushroom is an indie game developed by Wild Grunt and is third-person perspective action game. The game emphasizes intense fighting. Not only does this tell us the game is developed by somebody who's not listed as the developer, but it also doesn't help us understand the story at all. Thanks, Steam. This whole page is like this and it's kinda funny. Main features: various monsters, gorgeous skills, boss war stimulated, plot structure for the single line process do not need multi-week program. All plot nodes are automatically saved, many types of traps. I don't know about you guys, but I'm hyped by the idea of stimulated boss war and single line process plot structure that do not require multi-week program. Well, we are in game now. WASD to move, left and right click to attack, the spacebar jumps. This is just for platforming as there are no aerial combos in the game. The great part is, a lot of platforms are just above max height, so you have to do it in 2 leaps. Shift is your dodge, it's not the best, but it works. Along with right click, there are a number of special attacks that drain this auto-regenerating blue meter down here. Q is your instant attack, which seems to just be a teleport with a slash. E is Aurora, which if you hold creates a combo chain, probably the most useful attack in the game. And R is that move Cloud does to Sephiroth at the end of Advent Children. Not really too fond of this control mapping and it does feel a bit stiff, but it gets the job done. So I guess the point is to just keep going forward and attacking these enemies that seem to have no design philosophy behind them. Big mushrooms, piranha plants, Cthulhu monsters, giant crabs, and the occasional mini-boss Stone Talus. Along the way, there's all kinds of traps you can platform around or use to defeat the enemies with. This is fun, but the hitboxes on some of them are pretty insane. Sound effects in the game are hit or miss, with some being non-existent, but I strangely found myself enjoying the music, even if it doesn't stick in my head. It just fits the environments, and I kinda like that. The models and environments all look pretty good considering. Your MC, though bland, makes up for it by having her physics slider turned up to 11, rather than making 10 higher. The draw distance in the game is kind of funny. It seems some things actually disappear when you get closer to them, only to reappear a second later. When you're hit in combat, the frame rate drops to near single digits temporarily. I couldn't tell if this was a design choice or not, but it didn't really bother me too much. Anyhow, after about 25 minutes of wandering in grey mountainous areas, we come across our first real boss. She can be kinda tough, but I found using the Aurora combo could actually stun lock her, making for an easy way to cheese the fight. As she's dying, she says some shit about how you'll never escape what you're running from, and we move on to the next stage. The next stage starts with the credits. Okay, so the game's only 25 to 30 minutes long. It's not an early access or anything, so I guess this is it. Well, I'll put it this way. It's rough around the edges, short, and kind of overpriced, but it has more variety and adventure than a game like Mitsurugi Kamui Hike, so it doesn't get boring nearly as fast. Then again, how could it? It's only 25 minutes. Overpriced though it may be, I prefer spending $5 and getting 25 minutes on this one game a lot more than I enjoyed spending $5 on 5 games from my Waifuware series and getting 10 hours of gameplay that I didn't enjoy. While not a quality title, it seemed far more worthy of my time than many of the rest I've played, which were quite frankly nightmares. But one thing still bugs me. The game feels like it could really benefit from controller support, and I saw in the options there's joypad functionality, so why recommend the keyboard and mouse? So I decided to try the controller before I quit. After 5 seconds of using this joypad, I found the problem. Maybe it's my shitty off-brand Rock Candy PS3 controller, though I've never had issues with it in any other game, but left and right on the D-pad moves your camera up and down. Up and down on the right analog stick moves your camera left and right, and you can't turn with the left stick. With a controller, this kind of control format, it's nearly unplayable. If they could fix the controller support, the weird freezing when you're hit by enemies, and make the game $1, this game would be a great value, but even as it is, I preferred it to a lot of the others I've played in this series so far. And that's all I'm gonna say on Girl X Mushrooms. If you guys enjoyed this, you know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video if you can. Links to socials are in the description. If you want to see more videos like this, check the playlist on the end title screen. As always, folks, thanks for watching. First things first, we set the graphics options to very height and launch the game.